it was so surreal to me to see that in video. All these people full of life. The next thing you know, they lose their life.
And his daughter was singing next to him.
No way. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
I did see an interview, and she was saying that like her dad's mistake was always singing with his eyes closed.
What? So right there, I don't know if you guys saw that, but that's the roof that fell down right there. You see some people are kind of like walking away. And right there, that's where it tumbled down.
They interviewed the daughter, and at first she said she thought that somebody was like getting into a fight.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah.
Because they saw people like running away or something?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Like, I think there was like a group of people doing something, or she saw like something going on there.
Yeah.
But she thought somebody got into a fight.
Because they saw like a commotion.
Yeah.
It's because you never expect a freaking roof falling down. How would you feel if your current or soon-to-be husband starts crying at your wedding reception? Not the reception, but at the actual church. How would you feel about that?
Wait, like once he saw me?
Yeah. Yeah, how would you feel about that? If he starts crying after he sees you like wearing a dress? Te casas con el amor de tu vida. Look at him. look at him. He just starts crying.
Oh my god.
How do you feel about that? Says former UFC champion BJ Penn alleges that the government has unalived his mother and replaced her with a look-alike imposter to seize his family's fortune.
Right here, look at her ass and legs. She's acting like my 7-year-old
You're watching
mother.
Key Talk Media.
So he's like, hey, look at this person. This is not even my mom. Look at her ass and legs. Like, this is not my mom.
Not my 79-year-old mother. And it's interesting when you Google Lorraine Abelet.
Dude, it doesn't look like her though.
Yeah, it doesn't.
What the? Okay, so I hadn't seen this part. It doesn't look like her. Joanna, and we are live. Welcome back to Nomas podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is going to be episode 113. By the time that you guys are watching this episode, I am now a little bit older. I don't know if I should say my age or not. Should I? What do you think?
You're like 50.
Nah. Yeah, well, fuck it. I'll say my age, man. Fuck it. You think I should say my age or not?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. By the time you're watching this, because we're recording this on Friday night, I'm currently now, being Wednesday when you guys are watching this, I'm 37 now. This is Angel from the past or from the future?
Pass.
From the past? Oh, yeah, from the past talking in the future. Yeah, so I'm 37 now. I feel good, man. At 37, I feel good. I think one of the biggest things is always trying to do something that you love. And that's something that I'm working towards too. And honestly, just having genuine conversations here on the podcast, I really, really love. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like age is just a number? Or?
I feel age is still a number. I feel 25.
But you're not. You're for sure not, dude. Somebody please knock some sense into her.
You know what? I've received messages and they're like, I didn't know you were this age. You look 25, 28.
And how old are you?
35.
35? Oh, fuck. You for sure look 35. Nah, just yeah, but I am 37. Joanna's 35. But your birthday is next year, right?
No, it's in July.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
I'll
So
be
you're going to be 36 this year? Oh,
yeah.
okay. Damn. I'm sorry. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, I think this year in particular, I'm not going to be celebrating my birthday in specific. I think we're actually going to dinner, chilling myself tomorrow, just somewhere in TJ, something mellow. But what I am truly excited about is that we're going to be celebrating the baby's birthday in about 2 months. That's what I'm excited about, that she's going to be 1 year old. And by the way, oh shit. I have the baby's monitor here, so I might have to stop. But yeah, I'm just making sure that she's everything's good. I gave her the bottle right now, and we're good to go.
I think Cello uploaded a video of your daughter.
Yeah.
She looks so big.
I know, dude.
I can't believe how fast time flies.
Time is flying. I can't believe she's going to be 1 year old. It's like,
yeah,
it's mind blowing. And it gets me sad in a sense because obviously she's a baby, but at one point she's going to be a full on adult. That's a thing that I still don't understand. That my baby is going to be an adult.
Yeah. Last night I uploaded a reel that I had uploaded, I think, last year.
Yeah.
It was my kids when they were small.
Yeah.
And then, like, when I took them to Hawaii and they were playing in the water, I'm like, oh my God.
Dang.
Can't believe how fast time flies.
Well, you've gone through that. How does that feel for you? Like,
It's
obviously,
sad.
is it really?
It's sad, yeah.
Dang.
Today, my son got home from school.
Yeah.
And I just hugged him. We were on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
And I slept on his chest. And I was like, I love you.
Wow.
And I told them, I was like, baby, I just want you to know that I love you. And I can't believe how big you are now.
Wow.
And he just hugged me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just something that, man, it's hard to comprehend. Like, even, and I talked to Cello about this, right? That at times, even till this day, being 10 months into having the baby, I tell Cello that it's crazy that we're parents because we're just trying to figure things out, right?
Yeah.
As two single people coming together, becoming a relationship, then creating this little human being. And now we're trying to figure this out, but now we're trying to figure all of like life out in general, while raising a baby. And it's just mind blowing that at one point she's going to be a full on adult, and everything that we're currently doing right now is shaping her mentality and her mindset for the future. So I'm having that concept in mind while everything, like on a daily basis, when I come home from work, I make sure that she's my priority, because little things like that, who knows if she will remember, but I think subconsciously she will have that in her mind as she gets older. That
we all remember our childhood.
Yeah.
We remember who was there, who wasn't.
True. Yeah.
So
I just want to be a good dad, dude. And I was telling Cello that I'm super happy that I became a girl dad. Like, yeah, at first I wanted a boy, but I'm super happy that I have a daughter. She's like my little princess.
Daddy's girl.
Yeah, dude, I'm so in love with her.
Yeah.
So in love with her. But yeah, ready to start.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you ready? Welcome to Hoy Nomas Podcast with Angel Houseman.
I need to update that intro so I can include JoJo, since you've been a recurring guest. Thank you, by the way. Thank you. That's the part where you say you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. But as mentioned, every Wednesday we have a new podcast episode, and on Sundays I am going live. On Sundays I'm still trying to figure things out, how I want to process the lives, but it's been pretty cool because it's interactive. The people that do join in, they drop comments, they at times guide the conversation, and I pull up things on the computer, and it's just conversation. I think you've been a part of a few, so
Yeah, I like how you interact with your followers, and they're watching everything that you're doing.
It's cool. It's been I really enjoyed it. At one point I want to get to the point that it just us just almost like hanging out.
Even Natalie is the
No way,
she
really?
watches the YouTube.
What the heck? What did she say, dude?
She's the one that's like, Mommy, just live.
No way, dude. What did she say?
She just tells me every time you're live.
Oh, that's so sweet, dude.
She follows you, yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. I didn't know that. That's crazy, right? That at times you don't know who's watching you across the screen. Like, you upload things on let's say Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and you have no idea who's watching that reel or TikTok that you just uploaded, because all you see is like, oh man, only 100 views, only 200 views. That's 200 freaking people. Out of those 200 people, one of those people can even change your life.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Like, wouldn't you want to have 200 people like inside of a room? And we at times take it for granted.
Yeah. Have you seen that reel when they're like, oh, there's like 50 people congratulating you, and then they put like an example, and then 100 and 200, 300.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh,
that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
But now I think we became so. What's the word I'm looking for? We became so. I guess we just see things so easily and readily achievable that even 100 views is nothing to us. Which back in the days, who wouldn't want to have, like, let's say you create a piece of artwork and 100 people being able to see your artwork, your creation. But now we see 100 views as nothing.
Yeah.
It's crazy times right now. And it's only getting crazier now.
That's also because we compare ourselves with other people.
In what sense?
And like other people get more views or more interactions with like their followers.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like 50 people, it's a lot.
Dude, there was one time in the live that there was like 12 people on the live. I got nervous, dude. I'm like, what the Because honestly, I expect nobody to come on because the way that I like doing the lives, I try to do the lives and create some sort of content that I can repurpose and share on TikTok or Instagram. But then when I see actual people there, I'm like, oh shit. Then I run out of ideas to talk about. But I come up with something and we just take it from there. Like,
but if you think about it, not a lot of people do like live videos on YouTube.
Yeah, not a lot.
Where you can interact with your followers.
Yeah.
I think that's something big.
Yeah. And I want to continue going. And it's something that I think I mentioned it in the past that right now, my current doing lives right now, it's how I felt when I was doing the podcast first, that I was super like nervous. I think there was one point in the live that I hit live, but I put unlisted, which unlisted means that I go live, but only people that have the link can only see it. And I made that mistake, but I was messing up so much. I started sweating, but then I realized that I was in live to the public and I got to redo it again. But thank God I did that mistake because I got so nervous. But then I since I kind of like did a pre-practice, right? Since I messed up doing that, it went very good in the next the live because I went live right next to like at 8:30 rather than 8. Okay. So I fixed it. But it's one of those things of like just practice makes perfect. So right now, just trying to figure that out. I think I'm up to the 8 live so far.
Yeah.
So
even me with like stories on Instagram, I'm just like,
yeah. Why though?
Sometimes I try to talk like on my stories, but I'm like, like who wants to listen to me? But you know what? I've seen a difference between like when I don't talk and when I talk on my stories. Yeah. Like more people book. I don't know if they get like they're more connected or I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But they just like book a consultation and yeah, we go from there.
Yeah, it's because, okay, I'll give you this perfect example for anybody that has a business out there, right? Let's say if there's 2 different businesses that, let's say one business is just posting, let's say a cake. You do baking, right? And you post the picture of a cake. And then now the other business posts the picture of the cake. But not only does she post or he post the video of this cake, but then he explains the process and maybe he's funny and you can see his personality. Who would you rather go with? The person that you can actually see on screen rather than just a picture of a cake.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
The person, yeah.
Right. Why? Because you can put a personality behind that post rather than just a picture.
Yeah. And I get a lot of messages from like my followers or people who are thinking of getting this done. Yeah. And based on the information that I do put out on Instagram, they can't relate. Yeah. So they send me messages, and even though we did like a consultation a long time ago, they'll let me know like, hey, I'm still like saving up, or I'm thinking about it, or just keep keeping me updated of what.
Nice. That's dope.
Thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. What's been the nicest thing they told you so far, latest? Because Joanna's here changing lives. You really are, man. You're making a good impact to people.
I mean, I recently had this consultation. This guy is 66 years old. And he came in for a consultation, and he told me that he wanted to get it done, like SMP done.
Yeah.
And he just started, I don't know if I make them feel comfortable by the things I say or the way I am with them.
Yeah.
But he was telling me, he's like, yeah, I just recently went on a date, and I just want to, like, you know, change my look and feel comfortable, feel confident. And yeah, it just make me feel good.
Nice. Is that the person that said, like, hey, thank you so much? Like, people didn't even notice. They thought I just got a haircut?
No, he just came in for a consultation. So I drew on the hairline for him. And he was talking about his life, and I don't know if it's me.
Yeah.
Like, I just make them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But it's nice because he's 66 years old. He currently, like, I think last week he went on a first date with someone.
Wow.
So he just wanted to change his appearance.
Gotcha.
And he wanted to make himself feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, like we can do this.
Yeah, that's dope. That's cool. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, so what Joanna does is she essentially does tattooing on men and women's head, and it gives the appearance of having like a short bust haircut.
Yeah, real hair.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what we're talking about right now. Quick reminder, we now have a call-in number where you guys can leave us voice messages, video calls. Let us know a story you would want us to share on the podcast, anything you want. The goal is being able to interact with the people that support the channel. Even if you're looking for love, we will find your true love on Oy Nomas podcast. Also, for anyone that is interested on creating your own channel, we have our Amazon storefront linked in the description where you can find all the cameras we use, the microphones, the lights, the equipment, where all of our podcasts are recorded to. If you need any help with editing services, we are able to produce your entire podcast, edit your short form content from Instagram Reels, TikToks, etc. You can look at all of our content as reference, and we got you covered. And finally, if you want to support the channel, you can leave us a super thanks down below, which will help us tremendously, and we'll make sure to highlight that comment on the upcoming podcast and give you a shout out. Now back to the podcast. But okay, Joanna, so moving along to it's a tragic story that just recently happened. I think it was in República Dominicana.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you know what happened?
I saw a lot of videos.
Okay.
Of the police just.
What was the guy's name?
Rubby Perez.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was like, I think he was like a merengue singer.
Yeah.
And the place just collapsed.
Right.
And a lot of people died, and they're still searching for people, and it's just so sad.
Yeah. You know what got to me the most and got a lot of things into mind and perspective, and I'll share the video right now, right? But what got to me was that you see the singer, is it Rubby
Perez.
Rubby Perez being so alive and singing and having a good time. The people are out there in the audience recording, enjoying the moment, enjoying the nightlife, right? Most of us work, Monday through Friday. Maybe this was over the weekend. I'm not too sure exactly what day it was, but people just are enjoying their their time out and not knowing that within a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes, their life is going to end. That's what I guess shocked me the most, that anything can happen and at any moment. It was so surreal to me to see that in video. All these people full of life, and then next thing you know, they lose their life.
And his daughter was singing next to him.
No way. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
I did see an interview, and she was saying that like her dad's mistake was always singing with his eyes closed.
What?
And he didn't see like I did see another guy like next to the stage, and he was saying like, hey, like something is falling from the like the top of the,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So why would he sing with his eyes closed? Just because full of passion, I guess?
I guess, yeah.
Wow.
And it's super sad because his daughter was right next to him, but he saved her. Because he was in the front and she was like right next to him.
Oh, so
But
she
was
got
behind
saved?
him. Yeah, she was saved.
Wow, dude,
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let me play one of the videos so people that don't know this story can have an understanding. Can you hear it? Let me. So this happened right here at this very moment. This happened like seconds or a couple minutes right before the incident happened. And I think in the comment section, like people can say, people can watch and see that you see these people recording the event, and everybody, like we mentioned, is just having a great time. Like you would never expect anything bad happening at that point, right? It's just like a regular concert. Like, do you see anything? Like, nothing looks faulty right there.
No.
And then the next video, this is where you can see some of this incident actually happen. So right there, I don't know if you guys saw that, but that's the roof that fell down right there. You see some people are kind of like walking away. And right there, that's where it tumbled down.
They interviewed the daughter, and at first she said she thought that somebody was like getting into a fight.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah.
Because they saw people like running away or something?
Yeah.
Oh, no
Somebody
way.
like I think there was like a group of people doing something, or she saw like something going on there.
Yeah.
But she thought somebody got into a fight.
Because they saw like a commotion.
Yeah.
It's because you never expect a freaking roof falling down.
But if you see, I think there's a guy next to the stage like pointing at the roof. And that's when she mentioned that like her dad's mistake was that he would always sing with his eyes closed.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's such a tragic story. Like I said, more than anything is just because people save money. People go out to these type of events, to concerts, to certain events to enjoy finally some personal time off, right? From their regular week. And for this incident to happen, it's just heartbreaking.
What I also heard was that this place used to be a theater. And 5 years ago, it was burned, or like a fire started there.
Mm-hmm.
But they never really fixed everything
how
they were supposed to.
Uh-huh.
And they just made it into like a dancing place or concert.
And they just probably neglected a lot of the maybe maintenance or something. Mm-hmm. Let me see if there's any comments there that say anything in specific. So it says somebody commented. Let me see. Oops. I don't know if you can see that, but it says those girls knew something was off. That's why they started walking away, because at the beginning of the video, you see one of them looking up and the girl recording show us the dirt falling off. There wasn't enough time to alert much people. Therefore, in a situation like that, preserve your own life first. It went quiet after. So scary. Yeah, exactly. She knows the building is coming. That's why she focused, but she's supposed to alert them. It's just because it's something people are able to analyze this after the fact, but nowhere do you picture something like this ever happening. Let me play the video one more time. So they're saying that she's recording the ceiling, obviously, right? And that's when it happened. But you never expect something like this to happen.
Yeah.
Oh man, so tragic.
You know, they were talking about another bridge that's there.
What
it's
again?
collapsing. A bridge.
A bridge?
There.
Oh, what the heck?
You didn't see that video?
Mm-mm.
So there's a video in Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
About a bridge.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And it fell just recently?
No. It didn't. It hasn't fallen.
Oh,
It
okay.
hasn't fell down.
But it's like in
it's
like,
about to.
Oh, shoot.
It's really old and...
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Do you want me to let me see if ChatGPT can give me some more information on what happened. Hey, oi Nomas chat. So we're currently talking right now about the incident that happened in Dominican Republic
Jet set.
of what is it again?
Jet set.
Jet set about the roof falling down at a concert of Rubby Perez. Do you mind providing some additional input?
On April 8, 2025, the roof of the Jet Set nightclub in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, collapsed during a concert by merengue singer Rubby Perez. Tragically, at least 221 people lost their lives, including
So,
The incident you're referring
sorry, go ahead.
The incident you're referring to involved a tragic roof collapse at the Jet Set nightclub in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, during a concert by merengue singer Rubby Perez. Reports indicate that at least 221 people lost their lives in this tragedy. It was a devastating event, and the community has been deeply affected. My thoughts are with everyone impacted by this incident. If you're looking for specific details or updates, I recommend checking reliable news sources.
Was there any input on why this incident happened?
The exact cause of the roof collapse at the Jet Set nightclub in Santo Domingo has not been fully confirmed yet. However, such incidents often involve factors like structural weaknesses, poor maintenance, or design flaws. Authorities are likely investigating the incident to determine the precise cause. It's important for such investigations to be thorough to prevent similar tragedies in the future.
Copy, thank you. So it said 221 people? Yeah, 221 people. Man, that's insane. Man, I think that's the part that struck me the most. Just seeing people just having a good time. And just with an instant, you can see how life is so fragile.
I think there was a famous baseball player there.
Yeah. You know what? I think they were mentioning there were several actually. I think not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think there was a few. Yeah, freaking sucks, dude. It's for me. It was a reality check that anything can happen. Whether you're famous, whether you're like you said a baseball player, whether you're just enjoying a night out, you just never know. You never know.
Yeah, you have to be aware of your surroundings too.
Yeah.
Because I'm always, like, when I'm in a place, I'm always looking, like, where's the exit?
Oh, okay. That's very good. That's very smart from you.
Yeah.
That's very smart because me as a man, I've told this to Chelo too, right? No matter where we're going, I'm always looking where we're going. And if we sit down at a restaurant, I can't be sitting with my back against the door. I have to be facing the door. I have to, right? Why? Because I have to make sure that I'm able to see what's going on at all times. Not sure if that's a manly thing, but
I'm the same way, but my boyfriend's the same way when he's here. When he's here, I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
You take care of us. But when I'm with my kids, I'm just like making sure where the exit is at.
Yeah.
And I'm just aware of my surroundings.
Yeah.
We gotta be careful because we don't know.
You know what? Similar to whenever I go on walks when I have Teddy with me, like if there's like any stray dogs, I'm always looking like if something happens right now, let's say a stray dog runs towards us, I'm always looking where I can toss Teddy towards to save him. And something I realized is maybe throwing Teddy inside of a recycling bin or something like that, because then he's protected. He's fully protected. And most of the times the dogs want to attack the other dog. So I'm always, or like a truck bed. I'm always thinking of those type of things.
Yeah.
Not saying that I'm the best and I'm always alert. I try to be though, you know, but yeah, I'm always just, it's something subconsciously I'm always looking around.
Yeah.
I think it just comes with your territory, right? That if you grow up in the hood, you always have to be alert. You do, right? It's just something that is freaking survival skills.
You're on survival mode.
For real, dude. Like anything can happen at any moment, dude.
Yeah.
I think growing up in the hood for sure provides you with that.
Yeah.
What do you say? But then now kids right now, I feel like they lack all of that. Like they're so oblivious to
Yeah.
like
My son's always like, Mom, like, who's gonna want to take us? Who's gonna do this?
Oh, really?
I'm just like, bro, you don't know anything.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
Yeah, it's a scary world out there. But in a sense, that's kind of good that they think like that because they don't see the bad in the world and the bad in the people.
But I mean,
Yeah.
right now, I mean, I don't know if it's a big difference from when we used to be like younger, but it's scary. It's scary, and I'm always like, just be careful. Always look around. Like, you can't trust anyone.
You can't, dude.
So be careful.
Yeah, and not even friends, dude. Like, oh fuck! There was just recently this incident about. I think you might have sent me a video of this kid that went with his coach.
Oh my god, yes.
That even a freaking I think he was a baseball coach that he went to supposedly go help, and
He ended up
like essaying
essaying
the kid, and then people are speculating that maybe he overdosed him with any substance and he didn't know what to do, so eventually he just got rid of the body. But it was so heartbreaking because he was a young kid, and apparently the family tried to reach out to this coach because he wasn't even like,
and he was laughing, right?
Yeah,
Did you hear about that?
yeah.
That they were calling him and he was laughing over the phone.
yeah. It's so heartbreaking, man. So freaking heartbreaking that things like this happen.
Yeah, when I take my son training, I'm like, I need to be there. Like, I'm not leaving him.
That's good. That's good.
I don't trust anyone. Like, I want to see my son, and I'm gonna stay there.
But dude, isn't it crazy that back in the days, because I remember when I think it was like 6th grade, one of my teachers took me, and like supposedly he was gonna pick like the top students to take out to like a camping trip or something like that. No. And he picked me, and like he picked like 4 other students.
Yeah.
And well, my mom and the other kids' parents, they let us go, right? Nothing happened, right? but yeah, thank God, right? But I just feel like, I don't know if nowadays life in society is more crazier with all these type of incidents happening. But I feel like back in the days, it used to be different because even kids would go to the store, like go buy things from the liquor store.
We were playing outside.
Yeah, playing outside.
Yeah.
And now I feel like people are so overprotective of their kids.
We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have anything. Whenever the sun went down, that's when it meant like we need to go home.
Isn't that mind blowing? Like, how would you keep in touch with your kids or anything? You would just have trust and faith in God, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy that like even now that we have more technology, it's harder to, or it's more common to hear of these type of things, even with more technology that you guys are able to communicate with one another, or us are able to communicate with one another, when back then you would hear less of these things and you didn't even have that same technology.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
I don't know, but Natalie, she has a Apple Watch, so her dad is able to tell where she's at. So right now I'm just starting to let them walk to school. So I'm like, text me when you get to school, and like, yeah.
Oh, dude, right now that you said this, I don't know if you saw this episode or this thing on TikTok, that there was the incident of the ranch in Jalisco, right?
Oh yeah.
So Chelo was just telling me right now that apparently there was this podcast where there was this grandfather that his granddaughter was supposed to go to school, but it just so happens that day in specific, the grandfather was sick, and he would always take his granddaughter to school. And that day he got sick, and he couldn't take the granddaughter to school, and she didn't want to go to school. She's like, no, I want to stay if you can't take me. But obviously he's looking out for her, like, no, you have to go to school. And like, baby, you have to go to school. And it just so happens that day that he got sick and he sent her off to school, that's the day where that was the last time and the last day that he ever saw his granddaughter. And I think she was one of those victims that were part of that ranch. Yeah. So it's heartbreaking to hear that. I'm sure he feels some sort of guilt that he sent her off to school. And this tragic incident happened to her. And ever since then, he's never been able to find her.
That's super sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super, super sad. Because he was just trying to look out for her. Go to school, for her to continue.
Like, be independent, too.
Yeah.
Like, we try for our kids to be independent. But we never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. So, yeah, life is so unpredictable. I knock on wood and I pray to God that, nothing like this ever happens. But life is so unpredictable.
Yeah. And whenever I see stuff like that on like social media, I'm like, hey, like I send it to my kids. I'm like, you got to be careful. You can't trust anyone.
Yeah.
Like if you're going somewhere, just don't talk to anyone.
Have they ever mentioned anything of them seeing anything shady?
No.
That's good.
Mm-mm.
That's good.
Yeah, my daughter is the one that's more aware of her surroundings.
Really?
Yeah.
I would figure otherwise because your son is in boxing and all that.
Yeah,
you would
but
figure his mind.
I feel my son is very friendly, that he just talks to anyone.
Really?
And she's the one's like, hey, don't be talking to strangers. Like mom said, don't be talking to strangers.
No way, really?
Yeah.
That's wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
I would have not had.
And Natalie is more antisocial too. So
yeah, that's cool.
they're very different.
That's cool. I would have totally seen the opposite. That he would be like the protective, always be on the lookout.
Yeah. When they were younger, my neighbor, he came up to them and they were talking to him, to Angel. And then Natalie came up to me. She's like, Mom, like Angel's talking to a stranger. You said don't talk to strangers.
That's funny. Yeah, stranger danger.
Yeah.
That's funny. Kids are, man, like.
Can I use it by the...
Oh no! Really? You have to use it? Go ahead. Let me take a note right here at 33 minutes, and we are back. Joanna had oh shit. Nomas. Joanna had a poop. Just like, yeah. Oh man, I forgot where we left off. I think about your kids being just.
Wherever they're surrounded.
Yeah. Okay. So your headphones, but. All right, so the next story that I wanted, it's not really a story, right? But the next video that I wanted to react to, how would you feel if your current or soon-to-be husband starts crying at your wedding reception? Not the reception, but at the actual church. How would you feel like that? How would you feel about that?
Wait. Like once he saw me?
Yeah. Yeah. How would you feel about that? If he starts crying after he sees you like wearing a dress, do you feel like it would be?
It'll be sweet.
It'll be sweet, or you feel like this motherfucker.
No, I think it'll be sweet.
All right, let's look at that. That's the next video that I want to look at. Te casas con el amor de tu vida. Look at him. look at him. He just starts crying.
Oh my god.
How do you feel about that?
That's sweet.
But look at the priest. He's like, all right, man. Like, fucking get it together, man. And people are saying that the priest was like trying to stop himself from laughing. Look.
Yeah.
Watch. Let me see if I can zoom in into his face. Watch. So right there, he starts. He sees the wife or soon-to-be wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bride. And look at the priest. He's like, "What the fuck? Like, come on,
like, calm down.
Like, it's the way." And look at him. Like, all right, it's just your chick, you know what I mean? Like, relax.
I'm like, he better cry.
Hey, so that's how you would feel. Like, you would want, like, you would think that was sweet.
I don't expect that, but if he cries, then I'm like, damn, that's sweet.
I thought that was kind of sweet for him to have that reaction. But then when I started reading the comments and I saw the priest's reaction, it kind of switched it for me. So you see the first comment, it says the father, and he puts up the hand like and stop trying to laugh, you know? El padre trying so hard not to laugh. Sorry, you see? And the padre wants to smack him in the face. You see what I mean? El padre was hella judging. This modern man cries so easily, not knowing marriage itself will give him plenty of real reasons to shed plenty of tears.
All right, shut up.
That?
Like, shut up.
How do you feel about that? Is that true though?
No,
Like, hey, man, like-
he's just hating. She's like, shut up, Tony.
But that's the thing though, like, because the true reality of marriage is gonna, it's not easy, dude.
A marriage is not easy, but shut up. Like, of course it's not gonna be perfect.
Yeah, like let him enjoy the moment, right? And embrace the moment. Yeah, I get you. But people are hating, man. The priest was like, let's see how long this one lasts. You see what I mean? People are hating, man. I for sure, the first time I saw it was, I thought it was very sweet and emotional, but then the comments like just flipped it on me.
Yeah.
Freaking people.
My boyfriend better cry.
I bet you all those people are freaking single, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably were married before and didn't last.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, but I saw that and it's just like, fuck, I don't know if I would cry or not. Once
Do you think I would cry? I think I'll cry in the my wedding.
You
if
think
I
so?
ever get married. I've never been married.
Yeah.
But I think I'll be a crybaby.
Chelo cried a lot when I proposed to her and when we did the gender reveal.
Yeah.
It's just a very
it's
emotional,
cute.
it's a very emotional moment, you know? So maybe I would cry. Right now, I probably don't see it, but maybe at that point, I probably would.
Yeah. I'm going to be a crybaby.
Yeah? When you get married or what?
Even if he proposes?
Really?
Yeah. He has talked about it and I'm just like...
You're already thinking of that.
But you know what? There's been times that he pretends he's going to propose and I just push him away.
Oh, dude, don't do that. Haven't you seen those videos on TikTok that they take
I
off?
have. And now he's like, I'm scared like to propose because I don't know how you're going to act. And I'm just like,
Yeah, because it looks bad. Because everybody's like, oh, red flags.
Yeah.
And I get it, right? Because like, but at the same time, I understand that it doesn't come from a bad place from the woman's side, but it's kind of like one of those moments like, oh, please don't like, because it's very emotional, you know?
This one time we went hiking and I think he got on his knees and I just pushed him and I walked away.
Oh, shit.
And then he's like, what if you do the same thing?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you. One, he shouldn't be playing with that because then he might get that reaction when he actually does it.
Yeah.
So he shouldn't play with that. But then at the same time, you shouldn't push him away because then it's going to look bad. And then that's going to be your memory of.
And I'm just like, just let me know. Don't surprise me.
Yeah.
Just let me know you're going to be serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've never been married, so.
Guys, just like, or Chris. You're looking.
But baby, I'll say yes anytime.
To who?
Huh?
To who?
To who?
Oh, what'd you say?
I said, baby, I'll say yes.
Okay.
Anytime.
Okay, Chris, this is your sign. If you ever want to propose on the podcast. No. What do you mean, no?
Not on the podcast.
Why not?
No, don't make it public. Just me and him and the kids.
Really? Okay.
I've always told them that.
Not public?
I'm like, just me, you, and the kids. That's all that matters.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. I want my kids to be there.
Yeah. So no, you don't care if there's a lot of people or
No.
not. You like the intimacy.
Just me, him, and the kids. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's what it should matter, right?
Yeah. And even if we get married, I'm like, it's just gonna be you, like your mom, your dad, my aunt, my uncle, because they're here, and then my kids.
So you wouldn't want a big
I don't
big
want a wedding.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want a
I
wedding?
don't want a wedding.
What the fuck?
No.
What do you mean you don't want
I
a
don't
wedding?
want a wedding.
So you're trying to get married, but you don't want a wedding?
I don't want a wedding.
So what the heck? So you're not gonna get married, or you don't plan to get
I
married?
mean, through court, yes,
Okay.
but not through like a big wedding, big
okay.
party.
Oh, okay.
I don't want any of that.
You know what?
I think that's a waste of money.
I agree. Back in the days, because you see this all over, like the tradition of getting married, going to church and all that, doing a big old freaking party and stuff. I don't see it like that no more.
Yeah.
I don't want any of that. First of all, I talk to like no more than 10 people. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, my circle's super small now.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's a waste of money.
It is.
It's a waste of money.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't need to be impressing anyone. or making anybody happy at the party.
Yeah.
So me, him, his family, my uncle and my kids. That's all I need.
True. I agree. I agree very much. Before I was like, it's because you get so consumed into what like modern society does and the tradition, but all of that is just a waste of
And
money.
I always tell him, I'm like, let's just plan a trip and go somewhere.
Yeah.
You, I, and the kids.
So do you feel like that the same way for quinceañeras?
Yeah, I mean, quinceañeras are a waste of money.
Yeah.
I would rather buy my daughter a car
Mm.
than spend all that money on a party, to
Agree.
be honest.
Agree. Because at the end of the day, like, hey, if you can better your guys' current situation rather than just throw money away for just a single night.
And people are never happy. They're always talking crap about
never.
like, oh, look at her dress. Look
Yeah.
at this. Look at that.
And then at the end of the day, a lot of these people that attend your
Yeah.
guys' events don't even really care.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
If right now, well, I'm engaged with Cello, but if we get married, I don't want nothing big. I'll do whatever she wants, but I know she doesn't really want anything big either.
Yeah. I've never been that person that thinks about like a big wedding and big dress and all that. I'm like, no, let's just go to court, have my family, your family,
Yeah.
call it a day.
Yeah. That's good.
Because it's always going to be us together.
True. At the end of the day, that's your inner circle. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. So the next story that I wanted to talk about, I think you watch a little bit of UFC. I'm not sure if you're too familiar with this UFC fighter, but apparently he used to be pretty quite known back in the days. His name is BJ Penn. And he started, people are speculating that he's having CTE issues, like mind and brain issues because of getting hurt so much and getting hit so much in the head. But right now, recently, he's saying that the government has unalived his family and replaced his mom and his siblings for clones that eventually they want to take, I believe, his properties or they want to take something away from him. So let's check this out.
You. Fuck you. Like, get crazy. Fuck you.
So right here it says former UFC champion BJ Penn alleges that the government has unalived his mother and replaced her with a look-alike imposter to seize his family's fortune.
Right here. Look at her ass and legs. She's acting like my 79-year-old
You're watching Key
mother.
Talk Media.
So he's like, hey, look at this person. This is not even my mom. Look at her ass and legs. Like, this is not my mom.
Not my 79-year-old mother. And it's interesting when you Google Lorraine Abelais,
Dude, it doesn't look like her, though.
Yeah,
Or
it
house-
doesn't.
What the? Okay, so I hadn't seen this part. It doesn't look like her. Let me rewind it back.
And it's interesting when you Google Lorraine Abelais, our house pops up because this lady acts like Lorraine Inouye. So you Google Lorraine Abelais and this house pops up and then you look and then my mom's name starts popping up. She's trying to steal everything and this is not my mother. And I'm putting this up.
Okay, so look at the caption that it says in the bottom. She already sold our Honolulu studio for $2.5 million. Brother is Paul so and so. See, yeah. So apparently they've already started doing some of this. This is kind of sketchy though.
Because she's saying that she's going to get an attorney and try to do something.
But why would they do that?
She's trying to throw me out.
For
And if
what
I
reason?
attack her,
Well, you know those Maui fires too. That was kind of sketchy.
Yeah.
And
I was there a month before that happened.
Really?
Yeah, I was in Maui.
once again, I just want to say all of this is for entertainment
Allegedly.
purposes and allegedly, right? This is we're just reading whatever we find online, and yeah, it's crazy. So you're saying why would they do it? Is because what he's saying is that they want to take away his properties in Hawaii.
you can only do this because you get the government behind.
So yeah, he's saying that the government's doing this. So let's look at some of the comments. The comments are saying, top comment right here, I believe him. You think the man doesn't know his own mother? Such evil in this world over money and greed, root of all evil.
I agree.
Anyone call him crazy would you notice if someone was pretending to be your mom? And you saw the way that this person or this lady was acting. She was like careless. That's kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
DNA is pretty easy to test. But I agree with that. If just take a DNA test, but then at the same time, if they did clone somebody, who knows if that's
The same.
yeah, it's going to be the same. I honestly don't think he's crazy. A man knows his own mom. Oh.
So what is he doing now?
I don't know. He just recently started posting all of this not too long ago. I think this happened just recently. And somebody saying that, the obvious, right, that they can easily say that CTE was the main cause of this. CTE doesn't play. But I'm kind of surprised by the comments. Everybody's kind of like, hey, you know what? I'm sure anyone would know who their mom is or isn't. So I'm surprised that people are not just calling him crazy. And you would figure, right? But something that caught my attention from this person that you would think, okay, this person is just bluntly crazy. But then look at this other conversation he's had. I think it was at the Joe Rogan podcast. And look at the type of conversations he's had in the past.
It's a law actually in Hawaii that you cannot put any trees with fruit on it anywhere, and it just makes you wonder. It just makes you wonder that
What's the
law?
law?
You can't put trees with fruit
Why?
on public lands. Trees with fruit
didn't
on
know that.
Why?
Why would they
but
have
that's
that?
everywhere. But look over here. Look at all the trees you see. Why isn't there food? Because they rather push stuff like social classes, stuff like the EBT card and these different things. Why is there no food on any of the trees? Just think about it in your head. Take a drive down the road and say, today I'm going to count how many trees I count before I see one tree with food.
That's very true. When was the last time that you're walking down the street and you notice a tree that has some sort of fruit?
Haven't seen one.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
When he pointed that out, you would figure, right? All this type of fruits and vegetables in the stores. But when you're walking down the street, when was the last time you saw an apple on an actual tree?
I haven't.
Freaking crazy. And apparently, he's saying that in Hawaii, there's a ban on planting fruit trees.
Wow.
Will you see one tree with food? You know, and that's what I've been talking about. I mean, I talk about that all the time, and it's to push these things. It's a law actually in Hawaii.
That's insane. I hadn't thought about that, but when he mentioned that, it blew my mind because it's very rare that anywhere you walk, you'll actually see fruits, vegetables coming from the earth on our day-to-day lives.
That's true.
Crazy. So free food, the comment section is saying free food doesn't help their pockets, all about control. They can't poison people if everyone grows their own food. Facts. They don't want us eating without paying for it. Facts. Food is free. The government does not own the planet. We need to fight back. So Mexico, there's fruit trees on streets for people to just eat as they want. Even poor people don't go hungry. Makes sense. Yeah, this is insane. This is the first time. So now hearing him saying things like this, and then now him speculating that his family is not his true and real family, gets you really thinking of whether if this
is it only his mom that he noticed it?
No,
or?
he said I think his siblings as well.
Wow.
Yeah. Kind of weird, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was only his mom.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I don't know. Like I would still have to do more research, but it doesn't seem like he's too far gone because of CTE, because of fighting and all that. It just might be that
They're probably just trying to make him feel crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's the easy narrative, right? Oh yeah, he just got hit so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, it's insane, but yeah, hopefully, oh man, the good thing is that the comment section seems like they're more on his side. So yeah, this caught my attention. The BJ Penn once again. This is apparently he was one of the top fighters in UFC, and now this is what's currently happening right now. I'm actually interested if that's a real thing. about people not being able to grow their fruit trees. Let me see if. Hey, Oinomas chat, I have a question. Is there some sort of rule or law that in Hawaii you can't grow any fruit trees?
In Hawaii, cultivating fruit trees on your property is generally illegal. However, local county regulations may have specific guidelines regarding tree planting, maintenance, and removal. For instance, certain trees are designated as exceptional and may be protected due to their cultural or ecological significance. It's advisable to consult your county's urban forestry guidelines to ensure compliance with any local regulations.
You got cut off a little bit. You said it is illegal?
No, it's not illegal to grow fruit trees in Hawaii. Generally, you can plant fruit trees on your property. However, there may be specific local regulations or guidelines in certain areas, especially if the trees are considered invasive species or if there are concerns about agriculture and biosecurity.
Okay.
It's always
we just watched a BJ Penn. He's a UFC fighter stating that this was some sort of law of not being able to plant any fruit trees in Hawaii. Is this just a fake statement?
It's possible that the statement you heard from BJ Penn was either a misunderstanding or misinformation. There isn't a general law in Hawaii that prohibits planting fruit trees on private property. However, Hawaii does have specific agricultural and environmental regulations to protect local ecosystems and prevent the spread of invasive species. If someone has concerns about planting specific types of fruit trees, it might be related to those regulations. It's always best to verify such claims with reliable sources or local authorities. If you have any doubts, checking with your local county office would be a good step.
Thank you. Obviously, more to research on that. It kind of goes against to what he was saying. So once again, this is all for entertainment purposes. You guys do your own research, but it's just two opposite sides. Yeah. Yep. One last thing. Or you have any questions or comments on that? You're good?
Okay.
All right. The last video that I want to react to. Oh, I think you had one video, so we'll look into that. One last video from my end, and then we'll end it with yours. So I think this one was pretty funny. Watch. So this bro. So you have this little kid running. What do you think is going to happen? He's running towards, it appears like
Is he gonna get run over?
Let's check this out. Oh shit! Oh, poor baby, man.
Oh my god.
Dude, look at his face. Look at his face. So when I say look at his face, it's because the comment section got to me, dude. Watch, and I'll share why. Like a baby, and look at his face now. Oh man. And this comment freaking got to me. Look at his face. He done scared him into a 40-year-old married man with 2 kids and a mortgage. Look at him. Oh, man. Poor little kid, man. I wouldn't do that, man. Poor kid. Because you affect them in a certain way, you would figure, right? You feel like that's cool? That's not cool, man.
But we do that.
Yeah?
I would scare my kids. Yes.
You scare your kids?
Yes.
Cancel Joanna. Look at his face, dude. Oh,
baby.
A little man would survive a horror movie. He didn't look back once. Oh man, Kevin Hart didn't even deserve this. Oh man, poor little kid. He was so happy, man. Look at him. Let's go back.
Aww.
He was so happy, skipping. Look at him. Happy, and then, oh shit!
But you see, he's trying to run to the street, though.
Yeah,
He's gonna learn his lesson.
a freaking demon
because
coming.
a lot of the kids do that. They freaking run to the street.
Yeah, but then a freaking demon is coming your way,
okay,
dude.
but then he's gonna learn today.
Oh shit, dude. Yeah. All right, you said something on.
Yeah, that's
all
for
right.
you.
All right, let me see what's going on. What the fuck?
So like they're trying to make a movie.
Okay.
Jump.
And it says, it's just by the way, it says, here, let me stop it right quick. It says, remember, you don't need $1 million Remember, you don't need $1 million budget to make movies. Watch the end. How lit they edit this. Okay.
Action!
Shit.
Action! Look the camera.
This is
Put your hand front. Action! Subject!
Rotate your phone.
Hey, Joanna. Okay, you got me. I was expecting this freaking cinematic fucking movie. You freaking got me.
You got me last time.
Yeah, you think that's funny? Think that's funny, Joanna?
Sorry, I had to get you.
Yeah.
I was saving it. I was like, I didn't show him.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Cool movie.
Yeah, that's good. I've actually seen some scenes from there. Sorry, I'm looking at the baby. The baby's actually waking up right now.
Oh.
Can you see the baby?
Yeah.
Look, she grabs a bottle like that, dude.
She puts herself to sleep.
Yeah, she does, dude.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that, but she's putting herself back to
I
sleep.
miss my babies.
Yeah. She's currently... Oh, look at her, dude. That's super sweet. She's about to be
I
10
think the
months.
best age is just like 3 to 5, 6 years old.
Yeah.
I miss when my kids were that small.
Wow.
I'm like, I want another one.
Chris, so not only in this episode, she asked you to propose, to get her pregnant, and to not go crazy on the wedding. I think this was... You can pay me later for this episode. I think this was a calling for Chris to step it up. But anything else, Joanna, that you would want to mention?
What were we talking about last time?
I don't know. About what?
We were talking. We said we were gonna talk about.
Oh, like follow up, right? Like
Yeah.
following up. I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
If you do, or if you guys do, let us know. But
How do they know? Stupid?
But yeah, when you guys watch this, I'm 37. Every Wednesday, new podcast episode, 6 p.m.
You're gonna be 37, 38.
37.
You're gonna be 37.
Oh, sorry. Fuck, now I have to edit.
You're gonna be 37.
I'm gonna be 37.
Okay.
Yeah.
When?
Well, Sunday.
Sunday. What is it?
The 13th.
April 13th.
Yeah. I'm gonna be
Oh
37.
my god, you had to be.
What? Yeah. So 37 when you guys watch this. Wednesday's a new podcast episode, 6 p.m. and Sundays lives at 8 p.m.
So say happy birthday to Angel on
Yeah.
Sunday whenever he goes live.
If you guys watch this, drop some balloons to the comment section. That way I know you guys made it. Cool?
Yeah,
All right. Any final words? You're good?
we're good.
All right. Till next time. Once again, my name is Angel Houseman. It's a greater risk, not taking a risk. Follow your heart. Continue striving for what you love. And Joanna?
Take care.
All right. Bye.
Hoy no más.